So we've sold a couple of our crafting things. One thing that I wasn't expecting to sell, and I'll post a picture of it right here. It is an amigurumi that I made years ago and someone bought it. And then I also sold crocheted lovey. So the rest of the stuff has just been like baby clothes. I sold a Starbucks cup and some pictures and stuff. So just miscellaneous things, but that's how it's going so far. A few people have actually taken my cards too, which is nice. And I told them I can do all kinds of custom stuff. So if they want anything, just reach out to me. So another little update, I just sold one of my crochet bandanas. I'll post a picture of it right here, the one that I sold. So I'm pretty excited about that. She loved it, so awesome. So I also set out my pacifier clips so more people could see them. Hi everybody, so it is the next day, so it's Sunday, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how the garage sale went. Technically, the garage sale was supposed to be Saturday and Sunday, but I did not set up my stuff again today. One, because my husband is on 24-hour duty. It's just me and the little man here, and also it's kind of hard to tell here. I got burnt pretty good. And as you saw, I was under a tent. So how I got burnt, I honestly have no idea. But the only time I went out from under the tent was to talk to customers that were looking at my crochet and knitted stuff, or to run inside. That was literally it. I was underneath the tent the entire rest of the time. So someone explained to me how I got burnt. Overall, I sold 3 things off of my table with all my crafting stuff on it. And I also gave out a lot of business cards, which is good. I told them, I was like, I can pretty much make just about anything. You know, reach out, let me know what you want, and we'll figure something out. So yeah, but since the yard sale wasn't that exciting, even though I made a little over $100. I think I sold other things too, just like household stuff, and made a little over $100, which is pretty good for a yard sale, I feel like, especially a military base wide yard sale. So this space that I'm on is very big and there is multiple neighborhoods. So I think that it might have been better if they would have done it like a neighborhood at a time. It wasn't a complete disaster, but I wish I could have sold more of my crafting stuff, but that's okay because mostly everything that was on that table is on my Etsy page, and I took my Etsy page off of vacation mode so you can see all of my physical items for sale and my patterns again. So enough about the garage sale. Let's talk about some WIPs that I have going on. First, let's look at the Extraordinary Birds WIP. So that is what we're looking like right now. And technically I'm on page 1 because where I started was actually page 2. So I have 1 page complete, but technically I'm working on page 1 now. So I got some of the 310 of the frame done, and then I started the owl right here, and then some of the middle part here of the frame. So it's looking really nice, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out on the fabric that I dyed. I think it's looking really, really pretty. So I'm excited about this one. I have until, I believe it's mid-May. The date is escaping me, but I think that's when the next pattern comes out, which I think I can do. We're gonna try. But yeah, that's what that's looking like. I've finally caught up on my cross-stitch temperature tree. This is what that is looking like. I do need to work on the tree a little bit because I am starting to get a whole lot of leaves and I haven't worked on the tree for a while. So I do need to get some stitching done in that, but we got up to April 22nd. Fell a little bit behind. We're having a little bit of sleep regression right now, just before 1.5. So my son's about to be 17 months old. So hopefully that is over with soon so I can get stitching in while he takes good naps during the day. But yeah, that's what we're looking like here. And my third WIP is a knit project. It is that knitted blanket that I was worried about the pinks, and I'm not so worried about it now. Now that I have a few rows in, I think that the contrast is just subtle enough that you can still tell. But I love the way this blanket is working up. And I did the large size, so it's going to be a good blanket for them. I feel like probably until their daughter is a toddler. So yeah, that is what the blanket is looking like. I am really liking it. That is the progress that I have on the 3 WIPs that I have going on like in a rotation right now. And I'm trying to get this blanket done. Knitting a blanket is taking a lot longer than I thought it would because I'm used to just crocheting blankets. Like I said, I've never knitted a blanket before, but it is so pretty. And knitting is a bit easier on my hands. It's just slower. And I'm so fast at crocheting that when I am knitting something and it feels like it's taking forever, I'm like, oh, I'm never doing it again. And then, I always pick up another project. But yeah, so we got that blanket. We got these 2 cross stitch projects going on. And that is what I have done recently. So I'll have everything about all 3 of these patterns down below in the description. And also, if you saw anything on my crafting table for the garage sale, I will have it all on my Etsy page. At least the majority of it, I believe, is on my Etsy page. So if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out. All of my social media will be linked below. And then also consider doing the YouTube things right here. So liking the video, commenting on the video helps spread it out to more crafty friends. And subscribing to the channel also helps out a lot. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.